Hey, my gorgeous Cancer, something really positive. It's actually going to happen right at the beginning of this week. And let me tell you a little bit more about this. My gorgeous Cancerini, it is all going to start with the good news. You are going to have such a good news right at the beginning of this week. Something very, very positive. It's actually going to happen. This good news, which you are going to have, it's this good news, it's instantly going to make you feel so good about yourself, and you're instantly going to have some kind of idea, some kind of realization already. Like, for example, what do you want to do next? What do you want to do next? Which next step do you want to take? That's exactly what this realization is going to be. But you are gonna start to feel really good. You are gonna start to feel really positive. So this in itself is gonna be absolutely brilliant. And a little bit later, maybe like about 1 or 2 days after this moment in time, there is this wonderful man. I really like this person so much. This man is somebody who's very kind of like a smart. This man is somebody who's very clever. This man is somebody who's very spiritual at the same time. This person is most certainly not afraid to show their emotions, or this man is not afraid to also show their weirdness. Some people really love this man and some people really dislike this type of a person. A bit of a Marmite is going on here, my gorgeous Cancerini. But you do kind of like, you do know this person, and this is somebody who is really kind of constantly inspiring you about your life, and that particular person, this man, it's actually really going to inspire you to start now some kind of adventure, only 1 or 2 days later, after you became aware of this good news and after you have this really amazing realization. Like, for example, what do you want to do so badly? Well, it looks like that this man is going to play a really big role when it comes to you pretty much so readjusting and realigning yourself. It's more like some kind of confirmation and clarity which you're gonna have through this man, which is gonna mean to you so much. So there you go, my gorgeous Cancerini. Here you're gonna start thinking about starting some kind of adventure. You know what I really like? That on one hand, this adventure is gonna bring the best out in you, in terms of you being this free spirit, because you will do something really specific, and you will kind of do something which is going to allow you to express yourself in the ways you want to express yourself. And when it comes to this adventure, for example, you are going to start thinking about some kind of adventure here. And what I like is that all this is going to happen completely spontaneously. And so you are going to be kind of worrying just a little bit. The reason why you're going to worry a little bit, it's only because this obstacle that you're going to run into, there is something when it comes to the beginning of this adventure that you don't want to do whatsoever. There is something when it comes to the beginning of this adventure that you're gonna have to do, and you will not feel too good about it, for example. But this is needed. So this in itself, it's gonna be like, it's gonna cause a bit of an obstacle, my gorgeous Cancerini. But then again, or maybe there is some kind of competition that you're going to need to be part of. Don't get me wrong. You are going to feel like you want to start this adventure like there is no tomorrow. But the problem is that you're going to run into this obstacle when you are thinking about the next step which you're going to need to take. This next step, it's like going to be consisting of you, oh God, needing to do something that you really don't want to do. But sometimes, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is what we need to do in this life. Sometimes we need to do what we don't want to do. Even sometimes we need to do what we don't want to do for a very long time until we manifest, what we want to manifest in our lives. So this is just one of those things and one of those obstacles and one of those challenges that you are not only gonna need to cross, but you are gonna kind of do something about it. There is no doubt in my mind. Why and how do I know this? Well, let me tell you, my gorgeous Cancerini, there is another unexpected news which you are going to have after that moment in time. I'm not being funny, but there is another unexpected news which you are going to have after that moment in time. And this, my God, this in itself, it's like going to give you this strength, this power, this unexpected good news which you are going to have, because this unexpected good news which you are going to have, my gorgeous Cancerini, is just going to answer your question. There is something that you were wondering about when it comes to all this. There is something that you were wondering about when it comes to that step that you wanted to make, that you were worrying about, and this unexpected good news, it's really going to pretty much so gonna kind of somehow is this unexpected good news is somehow going to make you aware that this is really part of your destiny. This is something that you need to do. This is something that you need to do. And this unexpected good news, it's not going to have anything to do with this or anything to do with what you're planning or you're trying to achieve, but you're going to go into your intuitive phase. And this unexpected good news, it's going to be good news kind of connected to something completely different, but then again, it's going to highlight the certain part of you, this certain aspect of you, which is really going to start shining really, really brightly here. And that's why you are going to take this very, very seriously. It is going to have an amazing impact on you. So this unexpected good news is just basically going to really kind of going to make you aware of even kind of more potential when it comes to all this. You will know kind of even more potential, but your talent, something that you're so talented about, it's going to be highlighted. This is going to be brilliant, my gorgeous Cancerini, in so many different ways. Now you're going to start becoming very ambitious, now you're going to start becoming like a very passionate. Now you're going to really be ready for this adventure, and most importantly, you're gonna be super excited to go for this challenge, to go for this obstacle that has been putting you off in the first place. You know how weird things are gonna happen. Now this obstacle that was putting you off from all this in the first place is just gonna become like an aspect which you are not gonna be able to kind of start. You're not going to be able to wait. You know what I mean? You're going to start becoming very, very excited about it, because there's other things you're going to find out along the line which are going to bring so much more clarity as well. Absolutely brilliant. This is the beginning of like a really beautiful change in your life. Cancerini, this is so important. This is not only about some kind of adventure here. Please listen to me very carefully. This is not only about some kind of adventure. This is to do with your destiny. So anything to do with our destiny is where our power is. We cannot go wrong whatsoever. We can only evolve. So this is not only the beginning of an adventure, but this is also the beginning of a big change, the beginning of your evolution, my gorgeous Cancerini. And this in itself is going to lead towards success, and it's going to lead towards a good fortune and your own happiness as well. You need to understand how important this is actually going to be. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, there is like a very beautiful person in your life. Maybe this is your partner. Maybe this is your best friend. Maybe this is like your family member. I don't know, somebody who you really get on with, and somebody who you normally talk to about your problems, about your issues and things like that. You are going to have like a bit of like an intense conversation with that person. You are going to open up to that person, and you are going to be speaking about this like kind of a challenge. There is another challenge that you're going to be talking to about to that particular person that you are going to be going through, but this particular challenge is really pretty much so something that you have been like going through for the last 16 months. Within the last 16 months, you had a negative change in circumstances, and this kind of problem was affecting you since then. Okay, so within the last 16 months, my gorgeous Cancerini, you most certainly had a rather negative change in circumstances, which did happen really unexpectedly, and now that has brought like in its own problem. But now, because you're gonna be ready for this adventure, there is another challenge that you're gonna kind of sort out. So stay with me. 16 months ago, something negative happened, and this particular situation still didn't come to an end, and there is something that you're gonna need to finish. There is something that you're gonna need to bring to an end. Okay, something that has karmically come to an end. This is so important. You need to move on from this. So something negative happened within the last 16 months, and this was to do with the negative change in circumstances. At that moment in time, something that you were so passionate about, I'm sorry, it has come to an end. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to be able to move on, and things are going to flow really freely when it comes to this particular adventure in your life. You need to sort this out. It is not like a really just like kind of it is not just by chance or something like that that you are going to kind of open up to this person, to this lovely person in your life about this problem, because one thing is going to lead into another. You're not even realizing yourself that you're still affected by something that affected you 16 months ago, only because maybe you haven't been completely honest with yourself and you left something like hanging, do you know what I mean, in the air, instead of finishing something. You need to finish something. You need to bring something to an end, and this is to do with an old passion of yours. Something that you were passionate before has come to an end. Nothing wrong about that whatsoever, but there is something that you need to finish. There is something that you need to bring to an end, and this is going to be such a wonderful moment of your personal liberation, my gorgeous Cancerini, especially when it comes to this adventure that I'm talking about. You need to bring something to an end. You need to finish something, and that way you're going to be able to move on. You will send a very powerful signal to your spirit and to your soul that you're ready to go on the next level of your spiritual journey. Okay, and that's why you're going to feel the need suddenly to talk about this challenge and this problem that you've had for the last 16 months. And that's why, like, you felt like this in the first place, because this really requires your attention. You need to act now when it comes to bringing something to an end. You need to finish something. I'm sorry, you need to act now. By acting now, you will be in the flow, baby, and you're gonna get the most of it, because most certainly at this time of your life, you're not gonna be restricted. This is why this is so important indeed. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, ooh la la, what a kind of experience you're actually going to have. You're really going to have such a nice new experience. Oh my goodness, something is going to happen to you for the first time in your life. And this new experience which you are gonna have, it's gonna be very interesting, it's gonna be surprising, but then again you're going to realize the truth. Because of this new experience, you are going to realize the truth. Number one, why have you been so indecisive for a while now? And why did you kind of feel like maybe you're going through some kind of stagnation? And number three, you're also going to realize exactly what is causing this in your life. Okay, so it's something is like kind of like you need to really kind of, it's to do with a certain restriction. Something is really restricting you here, my gorgeous Cancerini, and this what is restricting you, it's like almost like becoming like a very unhealthy addiction at this stage of your life. And I have seen this before, but it's important to understand that this is something that you need to kind of immediately do something about about it, my gorgeous Cancerini, and you are going to. Yes, you do need to be patient a little bit, but now at this stage of your life, all you need to do is just follow your intuition. Follow your intuition, because this is not only about you kind of understanding what is restricting you, my gorgeous Cancerini, but it's also at the same time gonna lead towards the next, like about few weeks. The next few weeks are gonna be so interesting because of this. You are gonna kind of start coming across new interests in your life. New interests in your life, my gorgeous Cancerini. Within the next few weeks, you are gonna come across certain things that are gonna become very interesting to you, for the first time in your life. My goodness, so much of like something, so many bad things are coming to an end this week. This is remarkable. This is one of the most interesting readings I have done for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, in a very long time. My goodness. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, you're going to be again quite excited because you are going to have this reward. You're going to find this quite rewarding. It's to do with the result of your effort, and this is going to mean to you quite a lot. It's not going to be like massive. It's not going to be huge. It is not going to be life-changing at this point in time, but you are on the way there, to be quite honest with you. So, sorry. So this, you are going to have a nice result of your past efforts, my gorgeous Cancerini. Something is going to happen, and you're going to find this very rewarding here. It's to do with a really positive result, indeed. And what's very interesting? It's not going to be huge. It's not going to be massive, but this is going to be very personal, and this is going to mean to you quite a lot. So you're going to find this rewarding, and it's to do with your hard work. It's more about like you knowing, like you having like this, like a very personal indication that you have been doing the right things, that you're on the right path. And straight away after that, you're going to have a feeling to how you want to take a little break and how you want to like kind of relax a little bit. Somehow again, you are going to find yourself being within the nature, or you're going to be facing the nature, or you're going to be looking at the nature. Somehow you are going to have this need to reconnect with the nature, and some of you are not going to even notice this. For example, the more intuitive you are, the more your eyes are going to be open towards things like this, because that only mean one thing. It means that you are going to have a very powerful insight, or as well when you find yourself being within the forest or being around the nature. This triggers and brings the best out in you when it comes to insights, for example. So there is a very powerful insight going to come to you. There is something that you missed out on. Something that you missed out on when it comes to this reward here, when it comes to this result of your effort. You're going to be pleased, you're going to be glad, you're going to be excited, you're going to be proud of yourself. The question is going to be answered to you whether you're on the right path or not, most certainly. But you missed something out when it comes to all this. I'm sorry. And this can only come to you in a term of this, in term of this insight, which you are going to have about your capability. You're so capable about something really specific that you're missing out on. And it's just so important for you to pay attention to that insight. It's important for you to go chill out and relax and see what's going to come to you, baby. See what's going to come to you. Relax a little bit. And it's important for you to have this insight, because only like about 2 or 3 days after this moment in time, you will have an important message, you will have an important opportunity. You will become aware of this opportunity. And that particular opportunity is going to start changing every single aspect of your life again, because that particular opportunity opportunity. It's to do with you starting a new page, you turning a new leaf over, and it's to do with this particular thing that you're so capable of, but you're like kind of maybe ignoring it a little bit at this stage of your life. So that's why it's important to go and chill out and kind of try to gather, this, try to relax a little bit to get this insight. Do you understand what I mean? And because part of that insight, it's going to be you realizing exactly, oh my God, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at that. I'm capable. Oh my God, I'm so capable to do this. Why am I ignoring this aspect of myself? Please, this is what you need to do, because only 2 or 3 days later, you're going to become aware of this important opportunity, which is going to allow you to do that particular thing that you are capable for, that you've just realized how good you are at this particular thing. Because otherwise, if you do not have a little break, and if you do not recharge your batteries a little bit, I cannot say for sure that you're not going to have this insight, but it's important for you to go with this flow, because this is how you are going to realize this. And if you do not have this insight, then you're going to become aware of this amazing opportunity, and it's just going to go over your head. And then in as little as like about 2 or 3 months time, you will see this remarkable opportunity here as a missed opportunity. Do you know what I mean? That it's going to take like probably ages to have the opportunity like this again. So this is going to allow you to be you. It's going to allow you to be original. This is a lot to do with your ability, but it's a lot to do with your own knowledge as well, my gorgeous Cancerini. And it's to do with those things that make you feel powerful, that makes you feel good about yourself. And to be quite honest with you, this in itself, this opportunity that you're going to take on already in like about 9 months time, I know it's going to take a while, but in 9 months time, you have no idea, you will be able to buy something major for yourself. You will be able to buy something that maybe you wouldn't feel so comfortable buying right now. So it's telling me that when it comes to financial situation, this is going to be like a big mama. But this big mama is a very thin at the moment. This big mama is tiny at the moment. So it's impossible to kind of be too certain right now. Just like looking at this or just thinking about it, but you will see in 9 months time exactly, you will be able to buy something like really nice. So in terms of finances, most certainly this is going to be very, very rewarding indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.